Hi, guys, and welcome to another round. We are so excited. I am your host, and first of all, I'm your host, Vanessa James, and I want to welcome you to Love Inc. I'm so excited to be here today. Love Inc. is a very special program where we celebrate Caribbean couples who have found success in business, in life, and in love. And I could not be more excited to host tonight. I feel like it's just a family affair, and love is in the air. It is Valentines pre-week, so it feels nice that we're going to get a chance to really chat it up with some amazing couples and tell us about how they balance work and love and life all in the middle of a pandemic. So I am very excited. I want to thank WiTREAT and the entire team for having me host this event tonight. While I have you, please make sure and follow WiTREAT. And this is the time to let all of your friends and family know about it. So it's wi.treat, of course, across all platforms and here on YouTube. And make sure to follow them and make sure to tag friends and family who, could use a little vibes for the evening, a little zhuzh in their love life, a little, inspiration in their business life, and finding ways to kind of make all of this work, make this big payload work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome our couples. I'm very excited to welcome Kim and Dwayne Watkins, joining us from Jamaica. They are international.
Hey guys.
All the way from Jamaica.
I know.
Oh, clear signal all the way from Jamaica too. I love it. No hiccups. Well, listen, I was reading your bios, and I'm just so inspired by you guys as a couple, like a full-on entrepreneurial couple in the wedding space and event space. So we're gonna dive deeper into that. But super excited to have you guys on the program today.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, learn all about how you guys make things work, right?
We're excited.
Yes. Okay, Michael and Nicole Nicholas are joining us all the way from NYC.
Hello guys. How are you?
Hi. Everybody looking nice and sharp tonight. I put coconut oil and oil down. Everybody nice glowing. It's very exciting. All right, all the way from Toronto, joining us from that negative 5-degree weather tonight. Everybody, welcome, Dr. J, aka the Soca Prince, and Joanne, Dominico.
Big up.
I don't see any snow. I mean, what's really going on? No snow?
Yeah, outside. Luckily, we're doing it from inside the igloo, so you don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And last but not least, joining us all the way from Miami, which is where I am as well, the lovely Marlon and Carla Hill.
Hello.
I want to know, this is a Caribbean thing, but everybody hand empty except me and Marlon. What's going on? Maybe off this brand new, let's call it a love power hour with a cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. A brand new year to health, to happiness, to love, and to this fabulous hour we're about to have.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just kick it off. If every couple could just do a quick 2-minute intro and let us know about you, your business, where people can find you quickly if they're tuned in right now and want to follow you on social. Let us know, how you guys, got together and how you're staying together. So let's kick it off with Kimmy and Dwayne Watkins.
Sweet. Thanks for having us again.
Thank you, guys. We're just excited to be here. We look forward to just interacting with everybody tonight. I'll let my wife go ahead first.
Well, you would do that. All right. So I'm Kimmy Dunkley Watkins, and I'm an event and wedding planner. You can find me at dragonfly_exp or dragonflyexp.com. My company is called Dragonfly Experiences because dragonflies have always meant something very important to me, and it has a very symbolic meaning. So I actually did a rebrand. We can talk about that later during the pandemic. And Dwayne.
So my name is Dwayne Watkins. I'm a wedding and lifestyle photographer. Been doing it for, I don't know how, maybe over 50, too long to count. Over 15 years, over 400 weddings in that period of time, including commercial shoots. Absolutely love what I do. I believe in marriages. I believe in love. I believe in saving marriages. So I try to do that through my photography. And how do we get together? I think they have to stay tuned to find that out.
All right, cool. I love it. All right, let's keep things rolling. Marlon and Carla Hill in Miami. Please introduce yourselves and let us know a little bit more about what you guys do.
Good evening. I'm Carla Hill, my husband Marlon Hill. And we discovered in our meetup last night that we're kind of the OGs. We've been married since 1998. So we have our 23rd wedding anniversary in March. What do I do? I'm a bohemian. Marlon and I met at Florida State University. I'm first generation in this country. My family's from Trinidad and Tobago. And I saw this Jamaican guy in the main area here at FSU. And I thought, why would he ever want to be with some musical theater, kooky gal, and who likes, rock music and soca. And so I said, I just at least want him to be my friend because he's always been a great guy. And that's how we met. And honestly, I was breaking up with him in 1995 because I wanted to be like, okay, do your thing. I'm going to Manhattan some way or another. And plus, I wanted to save him. He asked me to marry him, and I wanted to save him from my non-domesticity because I am of the generation where my mom wasn't pushing me in the kitchen to prepare me for a husband, which is some of the myths, or earlier, maybe our moms and our grandmothers, that was the next step. But my mother was very adamant about not doing that. So I was trying to save him and be like, look, I make cereal really well.
Do you all believe any of this? Do you all believe any of this? Here's the bottom line. You can't have patty without cocoa bread.
Right.
And you can't have doubles without
Bar on the channel.
That's what
anyway, that's our story. I know there are other couples. So the old people will be quiet.
Yeah, I'm an attorney in Miami. I help creative people and entrepreneurs leave a legacy in their bank account and then a legacy in their community. I just joined a new law firm, Weiss Saroda, in Miami, and look forward to the next chapter and look forward to sharing tonight with the rest of the couples.
I hope you copywrote that because that's a hell of a slogan. All right, thank you, Marlon and Carla. I can't wait. I've got lots of questions lined up from my people. All right, moving quite on. Dr. J and Joanne, Dominico, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Joanne, and I am a learning strategist. So I actually didn't start out as a learning strategist. I started out as an occupational therapist, and I did that for 10 years, always working with children in schools. And now I also work at a community college here in Toronto, full-time faculty, like an academic counselor. And then I decided to start studying with Joanne just because I wanted to reach more students at younger ages. And yeah, that's what I do now. I teach people how to learn to be the best version of themselves. And we all know what Dr. J does for a living.
Yeah, I mean, I DJ, play music, make people whine, jam area, have a radio show, Soca Therapy. We've been doing that Soca Therapy's been close to 20 years at two stations. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, honestly, I just love the music, love the culture, and how we met was somewhere where I used to DJ. Geez, what year was it? Do you remember?
This is a really good story. I was 17.
Oh, geez, I
when we met.
Why? Yeah.
My best friend, Small Tash, big up. She's Trini. I'm actually Bermudian, half European. So she used to take me to all the Soca fests. And one day we were at this party, and I was like, Soca Prince is kind of cute.
An all ages event, eh? By the way.
And he came up to me. And he asked me if I wanted to buy, if I wanted a drink. And now because I was 17 and I'm a rule follower, still am, I was like, I'll just take a Sprite because I'm 17. He bought me a Sprite. And then fast forward a few weeks later, I see him at another event and he remembered me and came up to me with a Sprite. He remembered what I drank. So yeah, we've dated on and off for all those years. And I think destiny brought us back together this time. And now we've been married for a year. Just celebrated our 1-year anniversary.
Congratulations, honeymooners. That's so awesome. And last but definitely not least, will we please hear from Michael and Nicole Nicholas?
Hello.
Hi, good evening, everyone. How are you?
How's everybody doing?
I'm Nicole Nicholas.
Michael Nicholas.
And this is our dog, Rue, who keeps getting into
Hi, Hi, Rue.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
He's
out.
not behaving. But it's a pleasure to be here with everyone. So
Yeah,
you
well, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. My wife's from Toronto. We met here. She's been living here for about over
almost
25
years, like
25
20 years. Yeah.
We've been married 10 years. We met, where did we meet? I want to hear this one, man.
This story is different for the both of us. So
Nicole, go ahead, tell them.
no, we became acquainted. I guess so. I've always been in like nightlife when I first moved here. So concerts, clubs, different things like that. Bartending, in my younger days. And Mike here used to frequent a place where I had worked, and says that he noticed me since then. That's what he says. So moving forward, I took event planning back in Toronto. I went back home for a little bit, and Mike did graphic designing at that time. And I reached out to him to design a flyer via our friend On Track. So, that was that. And then we've kind of been like two peas in a pod ever since.
Word.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, listen,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll keep it with Mike and Nicole. I want to just kick things off tonight and really ask you guys, how have you been? I've been hearing from a lot of couples, right, who either have been thriving in a pandemic. I feel like all collectively we're experiencing this global thing that we can write in our diaries and journals and our, and in our docus years from now about how we all survived the pandemic. Some couples have been thriving, some not so much. How have you guys been managing to, to thrive in business and in love in what would be called probably the most profound and monumental year of us living, right?
Yeah.
2020 was a pretty interesting year. In March, I had ended up losing my mother. And we were in Toronto for quite some time. And then when we bounced back over here, we were in the process of building our new space, which is called Aunts and Uncles. It's our little cafe that we built here in Brooklyn. So when we got back, it was just like we were still kind of grieving. And, so at that time, it was really good to be able to have, my partner with me and, happy to have loved my mother very much. So during that time, it was pretty easy for us, The hardest part, I guess, was just being away from family, not being able to kind of see and be close with them.
I think we figured out a way to turn things around. And like when I think back about the quarantine time, we spent a lot of good time with our family in Toronto.
Right.
Because we were all locked in before the lockdown. So we were all just together. And then once we got back, it was weird because it was like vanilla sky in New York. Like nobody anywhere. Like
and New York was like, I definitely feel like a special situation. Like New York is, that's why y'all are so gritty and so and so about it because New Yorkers had to take the brunt of all that, all the lockdowns. Cuomo wasn't messing with nobody. He was like setting the, and we were like, we need Cuomo in Florida where everybody's out and about, and not behaving. So I feel like New Yorkers are definitely a special breed. So salute to both of you guys getting through COVID in New York.
Yeah, and then opening a business during COVID was like even crazier. So It's just like, we just thank everybody that's been supporting us thus far, our friends, our family, followers, and people who just stumble upon us and, just giving us that push that we need to keep going and growing.
Absolutely. So, my question for Marlon and Carla, let's just touch bases really quickly about how you guys, have been thriving. Marlon, a quick backstory on Marlon, if you don't know, ran for county commissioner. I always want to say city. County commissioner for District 9 here in Miami, and then transitioned back into law. Marlon, how was that? And talk to us about how you and Carla kind of, went through all of that together again, like literally coming out of a pandemic or in the middle of it, I feel like.
Boy, we've been, like Carla said, we've been married 22 years now and
almost 23.
Almost 23 in about a month. And we have gone through a lot. So the pandemic really was just another one of those events in terms of those challenges. It was like a blur. It was like a blur. Like
2020 wasn't the worst year for us. Some of our backstory is that we've had to discover that we liked each other a long time ago. I think in the pandemic, some couples discovered that they were married, but they didn't like each other. So our story, which is public knowledge, is I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor, a kidney transplant, and during the pandemic, and partly during when Marlon when he was running, right in the heat of it, we discovered that I had a third cancer discovery. So the pandemic has been a time for us to it's been nice to be with each other.
The lockdown, the lockdown is just staying inside and Netflixing, binging. Oh man, we watched The Wire, the full Wire.
I know we're old. We didn't catch The Wire at the same time, but I think that when VU would be out with us, and it would be like we'd be at 2 things at the same time. If that could happen in
normal life, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it helped us to slow down and see each other more, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, and it's great that you guys definitely are setting the tone for what fabulous 22 years in looks like. Hello.
Hey.
Carnival Wednesday.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Carnival in a minute for sure. All right, so check it out. Dr. J, Soca Prince, and Joanne. Same thing for you guys. How have you guys been doing? And I really wanted to touch bases with you as well, because I know for you, it's been hard, not only probably as a couple and, that dynamic in Toronto and all that, but literally your industry has been shut down because Carnival is on pause during all of this. So how has that been? And, and how has that affected you in terms of your business, but also professionally in terms of how that dynamic has worked in your marriage?
Yeah, I mean, it's been hard business-wise. I would agree that, you work so hard to get to a certain point in your career. You work very hard to reach a certain status, to build your brands. And, at this same time last year, if you told me,
oh yeah, everything
is going to be locked down, you had to wear a mask, like I would have bet my house. I would have been like, there's no way that all that could happen, Right. So, to be here now, and I had so many, so much plans, so many big ideas. We had artists booked, we had shows lined up from here to Berlin, Germany, to, even down in Miami, and everything just had to stop. So the one constant thing that I could say has really helped me through is my wife and the love that we have, and having a harmonious home and a positive vibe, because I feel like, as you've mentioned before, the Hills, the OGs. Yeah. So like you said, it's like, it's one thing to be in love, but do you like each other? Like deep down, you know what I'm saying? So,
is she a friend?
Yeah, it's one thing if she a hot girl that I buy Sprite for, but no, it's not just that. You had to really, it's to the soul, and to be honest, like business-wise, it's a mess. Clearly, there's no work. I DJ online. I don't like playing for screens and movies. I enjoy the interaction of people.
Right.
So it's definitely difficult on that side.
Right.
But then the home life is what has really given me that rock to hold on to. Our young son, he downstairs behaving himself, and just having that energy, that bundle of joy. Even though online schooling isn't easy, having a learning strategist helps a lot. So it's worked out. It's definitely a balance.
Definitely. All right, and I'll kick the question one more time to our couple in Jamaica, Kimmy and Dwayne. Just tell us really quickly about how you guys have been, managing COVID together in Jamaica on an island where I feel like everybody's trying to get. Listen, if I sit and just have some scotchies with some pepper sauce side of festival and take that scotchies to Half Moon and sit down on the beach and eat it, and then get a massage and then go on. I have it all planned out. I don't know when I'm getting to Jamaica, but we're dreaming over here of getting to Jamaica. So how has quarantine life been for you guys as a couple in Jamaica?
When you figure out that Scotch's Half Moon massage plan, let me know when that works out for you, because that's what happened here.
No.
Yeah, but that's what we post, right? That's what we post. We post the beaches and the sun and the food. But in reality, just like everybody else, it's been freaking crazy. Last year, typically our schedules, we typically book a year in advance. So we have a year ahead planned out with bookings for weddings, and to have that rug just pulled out from under you,
right?
It's humbling. It is humbling.
Right.
Initially, we were, you know, we were positive in the beginning, because like, look, you know, there was a time when we never had any time, where we were wishing for some time off. We need a break. We want to be able to spend more time with family, so we're able to get that.
Right.
And
6 months roll by.
6 months roll by. You know,
8 months roll by.
8 months roll by. You're looking at the bank account. The bank account's looking at you like, I don't know.
Right. Clients also doing cancel, right? Because there's no wedding.
Clients are scared.
And
because we shoot a lot of destination clients.
Right.
They're terrified. You know, they want to come, but their elderly parents can't make it, or their guests are scared to come. So it's difficult. You know, we've been getting by, luckily, by the grace of God. We still have a few people still getting married. It may be just 2 people,
right?
You know,
10 people.
10 people. The other day, I had to sign the register. You know.
Yeah, because they had no witness.
They had no witness. So people are still getting married, but it's just a different time. It's just.
And it's also just, it's the anxiety of everything. You want to have I mean, for me especially, because there's so much more lead up time and interaction with a couple.
Sure.
As I've said it, I've become an unlicensed therapist. You know, you kind of have to talk them off the ledge and kind of break them through and let them focus on why they wanted to get married in the first place, which is about them and not really about the pageantry that's around it, which is great. But if they really want to stick to that, then it's encouraging them to continue to do that while all managing toddlers at home. You know, it's homeschool life. I can tell you, if I had the money, I would pay teachers $85,000 more.
Shit crazy. Homeschooling will drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Online schooling, it's been tough, but you know, everybody asks how you doing. The kids are happy and healthy, which we can't ask for anymore. Yeah. We're truly blessed in spite of this pandemic. We're gonna come out of it, you know, better. We've been able to get closer as a couple. A couple fights here and there. Yeah, but
I think it's a fight for like once you get to discover, because my partner is Cuban and
Lord,
yes, Cuban, but you know, where he was Trini because he loves Carnival and Soca and he knows all the Soca that Jay drops before me. So, but you get to discover how messy people are. And he would tell you something completely different. So what's the one thing you have discovered about your spouse during quarantine that you didn't know before?
Oh God.
Oh my God.
For me, it's that Marcos loves knickknacks. All kind of thing, how much tea bag and protein bars. I'm like,
yeah, so I can't talk to my wife before, like, give her like an hour after she wakes up. She has a routine, you know, bathroom, coffee, and after coffee, then you can talk to her. Before coffee, your relationship is kind of, you don't even know.
But I stated that from the very beginning. I declared my hand from the beginning. You just didn't really understand it because now you have to deal with it every day. For me, it was, there have been quite a few things.
Be gentle, please. We don't even know these people. We don't even know these people.
I think just one of the funny things, honestly.
I'm freaking sweating right now.
He used to do this a lot, because he's in the kitchen more. Is he has a habit of leaving the cupboard doors and every drawer and the hold on a second, and the fridge open, right? So Dwayne would like open the fridge door, open every cupboard door, and open every drawer, and he's like having a conversation on his phone with the fridge door open, and I'm just like, I cannot understand.
Hey, I don't need help in the kitchen.
Oh my God!
Out of my way.
I'm gonna get a glass of water. The man is standing up having a full-blown YouTube chat with people. I'm like,
guys,
close the fridge door.
Let me apologize for the therapy that we so need tonight.
Dwayne, Mr. Open Watkins.
Yes.
Hey, it's easy access, guys. Come on.
Everything. Up to girlfriend came over and she was like,
walking
walking behind me, closing it. I'm like, my girl, just leave it. Just leave it. Just wait till him come out, and then you close back everything.
At what point is a commercial, guys?
Hilarious.
Is there any commercial, any sponsors that want to jump in?
We're kicking the same question to Marlon and Carla. What's one thing you've discovered about Marlon that you did not know before during quarantine?
That's rough.
Why Carla have to go first?
Okay.
Go, big and bad. Go. Go. Big and bad. Go.
You know, they say that when you're president, it reveals who you really are. No, Carla is a creature of habit.
Okay.
I am like Mr. Spontaneity, but she has the green tea. Bam. Things in order. Bam. Do this next. Definitely
And
a
it
creature
has
of
to
habit.
be specific. Like I have to have my green tea in the
Same
serving
cup.
the serving size. Like don't buy me tons of powder green tea. Buy me the one that comes with the serving size. Don't use my cup because that's the cup that I have to take to work. It keeps my stuff hot.
Right.
Don't put a smoothie in it and mash it up with smoothie thing in it.
She is a creature of habit, like to the 10th degree. You know, when President Obama was the president, right? We've learned so much more about him, like magnified as a creature of a habit. That's what I've learned.
So then, sir, over here. Now, I did mention that my best meal is cereal. So I am grateful for the food that he's a wonderful cook. He learned from his mom, who was like major chef and food scientist at Grace Foods.
Oh, wow.
But he used a spoon and he put it on the counter and it stayed there. Then he got a next spoon and he used that one. And then a fine knife and ting and cheese. And I mean, like, cover the cheese because the cheese get hard. And, you know, things that, and then when I want to throw out the cheese, no, that cheese good.
That can make 2 more sandwiches, Carla.
But the belly is happy though.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a trade-off.
There you go.
Absolutely. All right, Mike and Nicole, please. What's one thing you do?
I mean, I think for me, it was like, all right, so during the quarantine, everybody's like Netflixing and stuff like that. And we have a 5-minute rule. So if the movie is trash in 5 minutes, we skip to the next one.
Same rule.
What happens is we found ourselves skipping too much. So I'm like, I got to do my homework. So I've had to do research before like to get to the Netflix deal. So I know she's like, because otherwise she's like, who told you about this? Why would you put this on? Like, I know the plot, the summary, I know the cast, I know what awards they're nominated for.
Yeah.
This is a good one. And at the end, she's like, oh, this was good. I'm like, yes, I know it was good.
I was gonna bust down the cupboard thing on me because I do that too sometimes. Dwayne, you're not alone.
I was gonna spare you.
The cupboard door was open.
I was gonna spare you. Our cupboard doors are so sharp. And it's like, you could poke your eye out or yourself, and she leaves them open. She can't function without the cupboard. Like, Dwayne, you guys cook together. Okay.
Well, see, but in her defense, Mike, if you're like YouTubing and Zooming with people, she ain't trying to let everybody know what is in the cupboards.
I dig it.
Oh, man.
Right.
And then I married a Jamaican, so there's
He's bad with like the counter.
There's
So
what?
I'm bad with the cupboards. He's bad with the counter. He leaves everything on the counter when he's cooking. I'm always picking up after, like, you finished with the seasoning, you finished with this.
Yeah.
I'm always picking up after on the counter.
I'm trying. I'm working on that.
You don't understand how
Books about it and everything, like mise en place. I'm trying to figure it out. You know?
I'm so glad to know that I'm not alone in my crazy quizums because I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one who has a Mr. Open. Hello.
you see. I'm just so happy that we're normal. I appreciate this right now. You don't even understand.
Totally normal. Dr. Jay and Joanne, please. What's the one thing you guys learned about each other you didn't know about prior to quarantine?
Mine is actually a positive thing.
Joanne for the win.
Because they traveled so much prior to the pandemic, like he was gone a lot, especially in the summer during carnival season. So, you know, we kind of lived our life on autopilot, and when he's in the hotels, he's alone. You know, maybe he would read or watch Netflix a lot, but now that he's home, I've really seen an increase in his prioritizing his own self-care and mental health. Like he's been taking walks and reading books and journaling, and it just makes me really happy to see. Like I didn't know that he did all those things, and maybe you did a little more in the hotel, but I definitely see a difference now as a result of him having more time. And it makes me happy as a learning and wellness strategist. Like it makes me so happy to know that he's prioritizing his health, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Nice.
Start leaving some cupboards open, bro. Come on.
Because some of the things all haters do, Joanne does do the same thing. You know, yeah, you do. But I think the one thing I really learned the most is how indecisive you could be. Like usually, yeah, like you again, like some of the other couples are your creature of habit.
Yes.
You are like that.
Yes.
But when it comes to making a decision, yeah, it's like, hey, what about this? Like even this beautiful, but you were asking, which one should I wear? I don't know. Please.
Joanne looks like I have company.
Just a funny thing, like, you know.
Joanne is us and we are her, okay?
Yes. Like which woman doesn't do that, right?
We just want their opinion. We just want their opinion.
Yeah, true. Good point.
All right, show of hands, my couples. How many of you guys have played Mass together in Trinidad or another Caribbean island?
Does it count if he played the music and I played Mass?
Yeah, like I would always be playing the music, but yeah,
Okay.
we'd be in the same
Kinda,
house.
sorta.
Half, Kimmy and Dwayne?
Yeah, 'cause he's always working. He's always taking pictures.
Okay. But I mean, you guys have gone to Carnival together, everybody? It should be fun.
How can you half go to carnival?
That I always get asked all the time as a couple with my other half. Describe your best carnival memory. I think I already know a couple of Carla and Marlon, but your best carnival memory together, and the one thing that surprised you about your partner as it relates to carnival.
Oh my gosh. Well, you've probably been there for the past 4 of them or so.
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago Carnival is so magical. We're a mixed couple. So my family's from Trinidad and Tobago. I married a Jamaican. My mom said that's because she used to make fun of Jamaicans all the time.
That's right. That's what she did.
Because, you know, we both think that we're the only island. But anyway,
Naturally.
the most magical one?
I would say it's.
Oh, that's tough.
Not necessarily just describe
Insomnia.
carnival memory together.
Insomnia fets. Insomnia fets.
Oh my God, you're really aging us. Insomnia in 1990 something.
Oh gosh.
Busy.
I thought you were
Because Marlon took me and my cousin. It was the most magical carnival. It was 2003. It was my first adult big people mass. And Marlon escorted us all over Port of Spain. It was our first set. It was our first time playing Mass. It was first Juve, everything. So I think he kind of saw me like,
and you are the Trini, and he knows all about the game. When I go to Trinidad, he's the driver. He's the schedule maker. Got it. Wow. That's awesome. How about you, Mike and Nicole?
We had an interesting.
I have like so many, but you know, we went to Carnival for the first time in 2015. And we had the pleasure to go with like a lot of my family members, most of my family. So it was like my sister, my nieces, my eldest brother, my mother, you know, and there's 2 of the greatest moments for me. It was touching the stage. That was one. Like just being on that stage, I think that the energy and I don't know. For me, I think of Trinidad Carnival as touching the sun. That's what that's what.
Oh wow.
But
Wow.
the funny part was we didn't know. So we didn't get to organize what band we were playing with. I couldn't even tell you, and I won't say to make them feel bad what band we ended up playing with when we went.
Like a geriatric band.
There is no such thing.
We didn't know.
It was a geriatric.
It was geriatric. So I was like, they were giving out Bengay in the bags. And all that. I'm like, all our friends was in tribe.
All of our friends was in tribe.
I didn't know about tribe.
And you like this.
When we saw all our friends from New York in tribe, we was like, yes, we're going in tribe. So we were like, they had the spray for when you're too hot, it comes down on you and it cools you.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're just there, they're jumping.
We did. They shouting us out. We in the street. No.
Security came for us.
Got kicked out of the band.
We know this costume. No.
Security
They
came.
way back there, bro. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
You have to get kicked out of the band at least once. At least once.
We were kicked out. We had a good hour in tribe, and they came for us. They saw his shirt. He decided he was
Mike,
unhappy.
you stormed the band, boy.
Dean,
He
are
was
you
unhappy.
Dean? Stop kicking people out of the band now, boy.
We got kicked out. But yeah,
But it was
but I don't
cool.
know what was yours. But those were my two favorites.
Well, those two, and then definitely Juve. Like definitely
Yes.
Juve. Like
Yeah.
like Young Child. Like, I don't know, he just set the tone. It was just crazy. Like we had a ball. Like it was perfect. Like Juve was pitch perfect. I done played Juve here, St. Lucia, everywhere. Like, but Trinidad, it was like,
Juve is magic.
yeah. Real, yo. So
How
good.
about Kimmy and Dwayne? Favorite carnival memory together?
So for me, Carnival is different because I shoot for a couple bands in Trinidad. So my experience is very different. But for me, I absolutely love the stage. The stage is it for me all the time.
Right.
And the cool thing is that because I shoot for these bands, I get to experience the stage every time, every band.
Wow.
So I'm the guy on the stage. I need to go through my pictures to see if I can find any of you guys because I must have shot you guys. But the stage is just so
I need to find you that way.
We've been doing it for about 8 years. And I only saw her once in Trinidad. This is like kind of before we started seeing each other, took a quick wine and ran off or something. So our experience is very different, but I absolutely freaking love it.
So my story for Carnival is, I used to do Kiddies Carnival in Jamaica. So I've been at Carnival Tete from as a little girl. But it's always a phone call that I get from Dwayne when he's shooting. So he'll call me when he lands and he's just like, boy, babe, I'm kind of tired. I'm not really into it, I'm not really into it. And I'm like, oh, you soon get into the vibe. And he's like, I'm kind of tired, I just want to come home. You see, come 12 o'clock Monday. Babe, you are the best carnival this year. You need to see what's going on the road. I'm having fun in my office and there's selfie set and I'm like, seriously. And Tuesday, midday, same thing. Babe, are the best carnival ever. So every single carnival he does this.
Yes.
Every single carnival.
Because it's been 8 years, so every year I'm like, I'm not going to go back. But guess what?
Right.
I'm glad we went last year. Little did we know that would have been the last carnival.
Yeah.
And I'm sure went upon some COVID in Trinidad. I'm pretty sure.
Give me same way. There, because in the US we work for the man. I call work for the man, right? Always, I'm a Trini. I'm always scheming trying to get to Carnival. But he gets to go for two reasons. He does business with artists in Trinidad. So he'll give me some sad story. Oh man, I'm at Marshall sound check. Oh, he's so sad. It's work, honey. It's work. And then one year, because I have to watch Marshall. I can't leave so early, so I have to watch Marshall Monday. Here come Marshall, and I want to thank so and so. And I want to thank my attorney. And here come old sadness on his face.
Exactly.
Trouble.
So
I know,
sad.
Marlon-
I miss you so
Marlon
much.
does not leave the house without that Caribbean flag, so it's very easy to spot him in Trinidad. Yeah, so
And Vanessa, don't worry now. Every time Dwayne goes, he'll pack the Bengay, right? And say knee hurt and back hurt.
Okay.
And down the ground he reaching up.
Okay.
Down the ground. I was like,
Because
okay.
gentlemen, you know in Trinidad you cannot fail. If some female jump on you, you cannot fail. You cannot fail.
Okay.
There's no failing in Trinidad, right?
I hear you.
Just everybody out there.
Under the advice of counsel.
And every Trinidad I get a pass, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I get a pass. So that's all legal.
you have to have an unofficial couples rule book when it comes to Trinidad Carnival. I always tell my friends who are American who are not Trini, like, okay, listen, because they're always like, oh yeah, Vanessa, we're going with you next year. I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. Yeah, I said let's have you get through Miami or Labor Day in New York first, please, before you try to. I not totally no load in Trinidad after we.
No, you can't. You can't. You gotta go with people who know what it's about.
Yes. Wait a minute, 3 a.m. and then another set at noon and then a 4 o'clock set? I don't know.
Non-stop.
Is this the same day, Vanessa?
Exactly.
Dr. J and Joanne, please, your favorite carnival memory.
There are so many. I really think like the first memories are, since we started dating on and off so young, like I would see him at these carnivals and I kind of feel like we would always find a way of reconnecting, we would slip away and reconnect at these carnivals. But through the years now that we've been together, I feel like I've gotten to see so many places. I've gotten to accompany him to so many carnivals, and you really see it from a different vantage point when you're able to be on the truck or be backstage with the artists. But I have to say my favorite, hands down, is Bermuda, since that's my island. When they started having a carnival there, just being on the road and feeling that sense of, this is my husband playing music and knowing when he plays a song, and I know that it's for me, and he's always at me in a sea of thousands of people. Like you can't help but feel.
That's sweet.
No. And I wasn't gonna say that carnival, eh?
No.
I thought you would have said Berlin because that's where I proposed.
But that wasn't after the carnival. It was after the carnival.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, good point. Moving on. All right.
All right. So in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I would like to ask each couple to please tell me what is your favorite physical feature of your spouse?
Wow.
I mean, it's YouTube, so you can go there.
Who's going first?
Okay. Yeah, nice. Well done.
The question I forgot to ask. Okay, Jay and Joanne, go first.
So, physical feature. I mean, is my son gonna watch this at some point?
Yes.
Hey, we said I send the YouTube to Trinidad.
Okay. Well, then it's her hair. I love your hair.
Really?
I love it now, like.
Well, it's your beard. Like, look at this. It always says the luxurious follicles.
Look at it.
That's sweet.
Yeah. You made me take off. Cheers for that. Cheers.
Listen, I'm such a Dr. J fan, even though I know that he knows us, but I just love Joanne, how you just soften him up so. Right on the road.
Marlon, what's your favorite feature of Carla's?
Favorite feature of Carla is
Physical feature.
it's a smile, hands down. It's a smile and the short hair for me. Anytime if the hair grows, I'm like, nah.
Really? When she was at FSU, she had that long Trini hair.
No.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything for me.
Hence,
Nice.
we could have another show about the girlfriends of Marlon Hill, who I used to act like the ex-girlfriend of.
Well, that's another.
Episode 2.
For Marlon, I think he has very kind eyes. He has very kind eyes. And I like his pandemic beard.
Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Kimmy and Dwayne?
I mean, but you guys are seeing her, right? You see how gorgeous my wife is?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what you guys are not seeing, right? It's like, once the camera stops like right here, she has some sexy ass toned legs. That's absolutely my favorite. Her legs are, stand up, babes. Okay, don't stand up.
It would definitely be his lips.
Oh shit.
He licked the lips one time.
He licked the lips all the time.
That's
Yeah.
That's not true.
That's his thing. His smile and his lips, for sure.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. And finally, Mike and Nicole?
I would say her cheekbones. You know what I mean? Her cheekbones, those are fire. Like capture them.
Nice. Bones of a goddess, honey.
For this guy, it's his eyes and his hands are my two favorite. Yeah.
Ah.
Good. That's so
He shed a tear.
I'm honestly like so surprised. I'm honestly surprised that nobody except Dwayne got a little feisty, and nobody except Dwayne. I'm honestly nobody said, "But how many all these Caribbean men here?"
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We have the nanny staying over tonight.
Oh,
Donkey Kong, baby.
oh wow!
Or not. That's right. We don't even know you guys.
I love it. I could talk to you guys all day. All right, let's keep things rolling. Okay, so while we're on this subject quickly, tell me one quick thing you love about your partner that people don't know about. Marlon and Carla?
That's personal.
One thing that people don't know about,
No.
how insanely creative she is.
Yeah, she is.
Right? They may see bits and pieces of it, but they really don't know.
Aww.
I think for Marlon, I don't know. People know that he's pretty brilliant. But he's super brilliant. He's really smart. And people don't give him enough credit for that, I think. They think he's just a nice guy, but he's just really smart. Sometimes I have to be like, hush, because you're making me anxious. Like,
it's too much. Too much.
Too much.
Aw. Dr. J and Joanne, what's one thing that people don't know about, people should know about you that, that you could let us know?
Well, Jay is very much a gentleman in the traditional sense. He, when we have date night, he will always open the door for me. Even when we're walking on the street, he has to walk on the outside closer to the cars. He's just so considerate. Like, he'll never make a cup of tea or grab something without offering me. And I really think like our son really demonstrates a lot of those manners and politeness that he learns from his dad. Really just how to treat a woman like a woman, and he's very considerate and very romantic like that.
Something that I think a lot of your friends or people watching may not know about Joanne, especially because she's a learning strategist. They'll know, obviously, smarts, brains, all that kind of stuff, but just her genuine positive spirit. I don't know if that shines through necessarily, but if you get to know her, it's just this positive light that will be in your life. And that's one thing that you may not know.
Great. I love it. Kimmy and Dwayne?
I think probably everybody knows this, but Kimmy is truly our anchor. She is the reason why everything in our life, in our home, in our family goes well. Without her, there'd be anarchy, chaos, and even though she's miserable sometimes, she is just loving. And there was a time that we never knew if we could have kids or not, and we're just blessed. And she's just the best mother, the best wife I could ever ask for, and I love her to death. She's awesome.
That's so sweet. Kimmy?
I think it's just how considerate he is, and just how much he'll go to bat for you. Like, I think sometimes people think that he puts up this this armor and it comes off a little standoffish. Sometimes people think he's unapproachable, but Dwayne is actually one of the kindest people that I know. And once he sees that you're in need of anything, or that you can be improved, your life can be improved by something that he can provide for you, he will do it for you without even question or without even thinking twice about it. And he's super spontaneous. So I don't think people see that side of him because he doesn't really get too vulnerable, but he's really one of the kindest people that I know.
Oh, babe. Thank you.
Awesome. Mike and Nicole.
Well, I would say that she's an amazing writer. A lot of people don't know that. She can paint a picture for you and put you in a place in time with her words. And sometimes I might be writing a caption, like, nah, I ain't doing that. I gotta send it to her. She has to finish it. Also, she's a birth doula, so a lot of people don't know that either. And that's an amazing thing that she can do, and that she does for the world. And
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole?
I think people don't know how intentional Mike is with the things that he creates, how important it is for him to express things that celebrate our Blackness, our culture, where we come from. With his mind and the way that he creates and designs, he can create almost anything. But the thought that he truly puts into it is super, super special. He takes a lot of time to ponder and make sure that the things he gives to the world give our knowledge and thought, and he just puts a lot into his creativity. It's like days and nights into his creativity. Sometimes I'm like, roll over and he's not there, and it's like he's still, he's creating, and he's very intentional with that. Yeah.
I love that. Oprah said the word of 2020 last year was intention, and she said that's still the word of 2021. She said, forget pivot, it's intention. So up to you, Mike, to get to all the intentional ones out there. All right, listen, I know we have about 30 minutes left, so I want to just try to cram in as much questions as we can, but I wanted to, listen, we're all on here on the YouTube, having a good time. It's been awesome, chatting it up, talking about all the great things, and, a couple salacious things about our partners. But one is, again, there's been a lot of couples who, as Carla was saying, realized during COVID, we didn't really like each other, and it's been tough for couples, and divorce is on the rise. So what is the one thing that sometimes people misunderstand about marriage and what it takes for it to be successful? I'll have you kick it off, Kimmy and Dwayne.
I think people think that when you're married that you're always going to get along, and that's not the case. Marriage for me has been everything I expected and everything I didn't think it would be. I thought we'd be lounging on the couch watching the same movies together, excited. We don't even like the same movie. She still hasn't even watched The Godfather yet. She still hasn't watched The Godfather yet. But it requires work. It requires communication. It requires those skills that sometimes you really don't want to work on. It's not like back in the day that, you have an old TV, it's broken, just replace it. You can't replace this. You have to work on it. It has to last a lifetime. You have to get over those humps. And every time you do, you level up. Your relationship gets stronger. You get closer to God. And that's what we've been focused on, just really getting closer together, getting close to God, and building a stronger relationship. We have so many couples around us who have strong marriages, and we definitely want to be one of those couples that influence and show other people the way it can be.
And I think also that, there's this kind of saying out there that says, love is enough. I think for me, what I recognize with marriage too is that love is extremely important, and love, the foundation of love and being in love is also a part of the exhilarating part of marriage, but that it's not everything. And because of that, you use that as your anchor, but you also need to have all the other things associated with it, whether it's me time or communication or respect, self-respect, respect for your partner, courtesy. There's so many other components to it. And I think there's a misconception that marriage is just about passion and romanticism and candlelight dinners and date nights when it's a lot more than that, especially when you have children in the mix too.
You know, real quick, somebody posted something on Instagram today and I screenshot it, right? It says this: when people fall in love with someone's flowers but not their roots, they don't know what to do when autumn comes. Your relationship needs to be built on deep alignment of values, character, and morals, not just appearance, hobby, and status. You know, you have to be in love with the flowers and the roots at the same time, because when autumn comes and the flowers aren't there anymore, you know, then what? You know, so.
That really start going. Well, Dwayne, we know that the legs will keep the spark going. Marlon and Carla, what's the one big misunderstanding people have about marriage? I mean, you guys are 20 plus years in.
Well, the biggest thing is that read the vows very carefully, because every single line matters, right? When the worst happens, if you're not ready, you're not going to be ready. And the worst can happen one day after you're married, or it can happen a year after, and you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for the worst. It is what will, like Dwayne said, those are the roots, right? If you're not ready for the worst, then you really don't know what marriage and love is all about.
Right. And space. I think that pre-pandemic, I would have been getting ready to say, okay, Marlon, I'm going to go see the latest fashion extravaganza at the Met. You come? Oh, you don't want to come? Okay, great. And I go and I spend, he knows that I go and I get all my artsy stuff in New York. There are times when I used to go to concerts or live events by myself, because I know he doesn't want to go hear some old like punk rock band with me that I loved when I was 13.
Right.
But it's just the trust and the knowing that your partner needs space, and we respect each other's space when we need
like if I go to Carnival by myself.
Carnival was the exception, but it's like my auntie Gloria always says, specifically as it relates to marriage, space, and Carnival. That's why I never play mass with my husband. You play in a separate band. I don't have time to be worrying about you. I have 10 hours on the road to worry about me and my I'm
Absolutely.
You. So that was her making her marriage work, especially as a Carnival couple. They never played mass together. So anyway, all right, Dr. J, Joanne.
I mean, biggest misconception. I mean, at the end of the day, we've just been married just over a year, right? So I learned a lot from what everybody here is saying. But I would agree that love is definitely the anchor, and you need all the extra stuff. You know, that's definitely something that we've learned. And it's funny because when we chose the date to get married, because the engagement, you know, we're like, okay, we want to do it this day. Okay, this day means a lot to us. And we chose 01/02/2020. Nice. Right? So we liked the number. We wanted that to happen. We did it. Then pandemic, COVID coming, locked down everything.
Yeah.
So for the year, it's been a very concentrated marriage then, right?
Right.
Yeah, we didn't get to add water and dilute. No. Heavy concentrate. And honestly, it's love and transparency, honesty, you know, and sometimes it's the little things, right?
Right.
You know, for me, it might not be a big deal to make a turn after work and grab something. But then if Joe knows it takes me half an hour and it's 45 minutes and I'm not home, even though she may not be concerned necessarily, why even allow that to become something? So I would rather just call and be like, hey, so the case gonna stop here, ting, 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 you need anything, blah, 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 and everything. So for me, that has been, because before, you know, I didn't have to answer to anybody. So before, you just do what you have to do. But in a relationship, in a marriage, obviously, you know, I think that transparency is very important.
Yeah. Transparency and really checking in so that partner and, you know, spouse can have peace of mind, right?
Yeah.
Sure. And I think
especially as a DJ where it's like 4 a.m.ers all the time.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And I think to echo Carla too, I think learning your partner is so important, and learning you know, when you need space, when they need space. I feel like because, yes, we've been married a year, but we've been together a long time. And, you know, you get to know them and you get to sense. So, you know, a prime example is this past Sunday before his radio show. Normally our son, we send a quick video, have a good show, daddy. Like we always do some kind of corny, funny thing. But this Sunday he was rushing and he knew he wasn't really going to have time to watch this video because he always watches and sends one back. And so we just sent him a quick text. Like, so it's little things where you learn your partner and you kind of just know how to vibe. You can read when they need space. You can read when they want you to come closer. Yeah. And I think that comes with time, with getting to know them, but also that intuition of what your partner needs, and then them kind of in reverse reading what you may need, you know, that kind of unwritten language.
Yeah, I love it. Mike and Nicole?
I would say, like, well, from my point of view, my perspective is like a lot of people get tied up in the idea of being married and being married, right? They like the idea, they like the wedding and the this and that and all those bells and whistles. And I feel like for us, it was just the mindset to have, right? Like, this is my friend, like legit my friend. So whether things didn't work out marriage-wise, she will still be my friend. And I just felt like,
you know that, no?
Because I know my friend. So then, like, I just feel like this is like a building, right? So you have like certain things, like certain stories lined up. You know what I mean? Certain levels of foundation line you can add and you can build onto that, right? But you have to have the perfect mindset or the right mindset in order to see things through thick and thin. Like for us, like, well, yeah, for us, I just feel like we did everything unorthodoxly. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't do all of the big things that, you know, everybody would do. We did everything for ourselves and we kept it to ourselves. Right. And I feel like that's what made it special. At least this is the one thing, this is for us. We know how to throw a party. We've thrown the biggest parties as we possibly can over and over and over. That's not a thing, but I felt like our thing was our thing, you know what I mean? And we kind of kept it at that, and we still got our thing, thank God, you know what I mean? 10 years in, and we still got ways to go.
I love it. I'm going to stick with you guys. Do you have a song, like your song, when it comes on, you just look at each other and gaze, like, it could be a soca song, a dance hall, rent a tile song, like, what's the one Caribbean song that you guys see each other, like, across the fence? And you're like,
I feel like there's like a playlist.
So many. There's like so many.
There's like a playlist. I don't think there's a one song could really encapsulate a vibe. Like, I just feel like we are a living playlist. Like, I'm sorry.
I love it.
It's a playlist.
No, yeah. There's a lot of, that's, you know, it's so funny because Mike and I, we both have big families. We both love a lot of the same things. So it's just like, yeah, there's nothing that I could really pick.
Yeah, it's just too many, because too many songs have too many different. We could be in the kitchen, cool. We could play Kitchener and it'll rock. We could be outside, play some Barris and it rocks. We could go like running and
you're from New York. You're
rock. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. It's just we can't just say one thing. It's just encapsulated. Nah, we have too many dimensions for it to be like a one song.
Yeah.
You know.
Dr. J, the DJ. Do you and Joanne have that one song? He's on top of the drinks truck. She's down. Jamming and whining with she crew. Song on. Eyes locked. You're like, that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you had to put me on the drinks truck. I don't know why you had to do that. Yeah, I feel like there's a few of them that, you know, because as Joanne mentioned, we've dated for on and off for a while. So one of them that stands out to my mind is Slip Away Zan. That is when Joanne was away, and you know the song is talking about, you know, you're away and you're longing for this and and you know. So there was that, and then there was also another one because again, you know, on and off, and at that time I remember she was talking to somebody and I said, I go jam this, and I play there. We're gonna talk. You remember that? They're gonna talk?
Mm-hmm.
There, and I play that, and we lock eyes, and I say, hold that.
Hold that.
Yeah, hold that one day. Yeah.
But our wedding song.
Yeah, and our wedding song. And by the way,
You're gonna miss me tonight.
Yeah, I understand. But as Mike was saying, like on a real thing, you know, and we'll get to the wedding song, babe, is that because, you know, I guess it kind of goes back to the whole misconception thing, is that your wedding is supposed to be a big thing for everybody else. You know, there's a lot of pressures to do it and make sure it's the biggest thing, and you have this and that and the top shelf liquor, and you had to do this. And, you know, again, similar to what they said, is that, you know, I do that for a living. So when we really talked about that, it wasn't so much about the wedding, it was about the marriage. And we wanted to have the close family there. We wanted to make it about us. And then the song, because again, as we said, you know, there's been a lot of songs between us, but the song we chose as the wedding song was Love It by Kes the Band. And it really has a special meaning for us. So that is the one that I got a little double plate for us on the wedding.
Nice.
Yeah. So that one is the ultimate one.
Nice.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Mr. Hill and Mrs. Hill.
I was just thinking about that, and we met in the 90s. So, and I think that was like when some soca was like morphing and changing. So I wish I could give you something super romantic, but if I would come on and it's, is everybody ready to get on back?
Nice.
Oh man, wind up on a woman.
Yes.
All of our like, you know, songs that brought us together was like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
We have a Spotify list. I think we have a good mix of different songs. But yeah, I think I would agree with Carla. The 90s soca, like, you know, Coalition and
yes. Spice, because
and,
he went to law school for 2 seconds. I don't mean to say 2 seconds. He went to law school for a semester in Barbados. So it was one of those trips where he was like, oh yes, I'm coming back this time. And then all of a sudden he was like, no, I'm coming back. I'm going to stay for crop over. And I was like, you staying for what? And then again, he's like, oh, you know, so sad.
Yeah.
But I have the newspaper, and you know, man costume used to be a jockey shorts back then. So we have a newspaper somewhere. He on the front page. So sad. And jockey shorts in crop over.
Marlon in a jockey shorts. Marlon!
We need it. We need that. That is evidence that is the type of energy.
you have to be culturally curious.
And he's sad, you know. He said, oh, babe, I'm going to miss you.
And then, so wait, did he try to pull the line that, oh man, yeah, I had to work and meet up with the artists and all that?
No, he was a young law student then. No. He just, I miss you. And then,
hilarious. Jockey shorts, Marlon. Wait.
The little speedo thing now. I remember man used to be in
We know what jockey shorts is. Thank you. How to describe jockey shorts to me? How you describe jockey shorts?
Oh my God. Kimmy and Dwayne.
What do you think?
Okay, so for me, the song that's most special is definitely our first dance song at our wedding, which was Daniel Caesar, Best Part. But the song that has the most fun memories amongst family and friends that we just go crazy is Michelle's
Happiest Man Alive.
Happiest Man Alive.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good song.
So much so.
You know what? I'd have find a camera. How do you photographer play?
So every time the song comes on, our children go, Mom, Dad, it's your wedding song. It's your wedding song. So they know it and they sing it. And our 3-year-old goes around, you just hear him kind of bump to himself and he goes,
live with life. So that song just has a lot of memories for us. And
I love it.
yeah.
Well, listen, I could stay chatting with you guys. I'm sure that these people on YouTube would let us go for as long as we would love to. But as we wrap things up, we didn't really touch much. We touched a lot, obviously, on love. We touched a lot, obviously, on marriage and that. But in the spirit of Valentine's Day and quarantine and all that stuff, I know every single couple, person that I've been talking to, business owner, everything, they're feeling the burnout, and burnout is real right now. If you're a couple, for yourself, if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, corporate life, whatever that is. So I wanted to close and ask one final question. If you could spend 24 hours straight with your spouse, didn't have to work, had a babysitter, where would you go? Anywhere in the world now that we, have been all on lockdown. I want to know where you would go with your boo. Dwayne, Kimmy.
Somewhere with a bed and blackout curtains. Like, I don't even care where it is, honestly. I just want to sleep.
Yeah,
we
just need rest anywhere.
If it's a hotel bed somewhere,
I would have thought that you would have said that you've been getting rest in quarantine, right? Because but you're homeschooling, so no.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, so,
and you kind of want to drive the content and kind of keep yourself going and relevant, so you find busy things to do.
Oh yes.
But I think somewhere with blackout curtains and a beach.
Yeah.
Sleep. Hair. Sleep.
Some free AC, some white sheets, and sleep.
So I'm thinking Fiji.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
It could be Canada right now, to be honest with you. Like whatever at this point. We're game for anything.
Yeah, you're just ready to get on. I told my partner, I'm just ready to get on somebody's plane. I haven't used these points. I'm trying to get on somebody's points, yo.
Yeah.
The last time I traveled was from Trinidad back to Jamaica. That's the last time I was on a plane.
Whoa.
And something like super interesting I just remembered. This is actually my first February in 17 years that I'm in Jamaica, because I'm always in Miami working on a food festival in February, and so we've never really done Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we've never been together on Valentine's Day.
Wow.
Ever.
Yeah.
Food and Wine Weekend, which is canceled, Kimmy. Yeah. So be Food and Wine Weekend, right? That one?
Exactly.
Yeah, so let us know what we should do for Valentine's.
Yeah, I'm kind of clueless. I don't know. I'm already working. I don't really know what to do for Valentine's Day.
Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah. Big up yourself, Joanne.
Oh, gosh. Marlon and Carla?
It would probably be two places. The first place would be that Lost Tribe open a mass camp just for us. Dr. J on the drinks truck.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, on the music truck. Just me and Carla and about X number of masqueraders. Socially distanced.
I love that.
Just us for next Tuesday. No, but that's not going to work out. So
Jake's at Treasure Beach in Jamaica.
Hey, not bad.
Nice. Mike and Nicole?
I'll let you answer this one.
As crazy as it may sound or corny, I don't know. Wherever he's at, I'm there. It doesn't have to. As long as we're together and we can make the best of it, which is what we always do.
For sure.
I'm good.
And really, I would do nothing, like literally nothing, not even think about doing something. I'm thinking about doing nothing minus nothing plus nothing.
That's my for real.
He's like searching the movies and trying to find the right move. None of that. Nothing.
I'm not even bothering. I'm not researching anything. I'm not looking up, not Googling. No, nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. Nada.
I love it. Joanne, Jay?
For me, it's definitely anywhere with a beach, crystal clear, turquoise water, some vitamin D, because it is very cold here in Canada. Good food, and I love the shows that most of those resorts have, and we have canceled a few trips because of this pandemic.
Yeah.
So I agree with the doing nothing part. It would be nice to relax and have some time off.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw mine in there, and Marcos and I have decided that when the first flight come that we can get on the jumbo jet, going to the Silver Sands Resort in Grenada and planting ourselves on the beach to do what Mike said. Yes, all up in it, all up in it. Well, listen, I definitely wanted to make an announcement that you guys don't know about, and let you know that we have a surprise for each of the couples, and it's like a really big surprise. That's why I ended on travel and a little bit of food and all that good stuff. So, WiTREAT is bringing it for you guys tonight. We actually curated a small surprise for all of the couples, and we can share the details now on the screen.
Wow.
It would gift you each with a private chef
Wow.
and do a curated meal just for the both of you to relax and enjoy the vibes and some delicious food, sit back and do nothing. So I want to quickly run down these because it's like an amazing lineup of chefs. So Dwayne and Kimmy, WiTREAT has curated a private chef. His name is Chef Brian Lumley. And yes, he's been voted Caribbean Chef of the Year, and he's 2 times Jamaica Chef of the Year. He definitely has been doing his thing as the executive chef of District 5 at the restaurant at the R Hotel, and he will be doing some cooking for you guys in Jamaica.
Whoa! That's awesome.
All right. Yes, right? I thought, like, what an amazing gift, right? Especially because of, it's like the most perfectly socially
That
distant.
is awesome.
Yes.
Big up Chef Brian Lumley. We know him. So
Yes. Jay and Joanne, get ready. Your private chef is Noelle Cunningham, and her handle's I am Chef Noelle. She's been voted Canada's best chef for 2019 and 2020, and she's also Canada's voted best by Black People's Choice Award, and she's also the author of Cuisine by Noelle, and she will be doing some serious cooking down the place for you guys in Toronto.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Yes.
So, Michael and Nicole, you don't have to worry about the seasoning that you're gonna leave out. Don't worry about it. You can put the seasoning away because Chef Troy Levy of Chef Troy's Table will be cooking up a storm for you guys. He's an executive chef of the Chef Taste of Italvi, and he's also a James Beard House chef. He's also been featured with the United Nations Caribbean Guest Chef Series, and he will be cooking up for you guys in New York.
Amazing. Wow. Thank you.
That's awesome.
This is like legit, like fabulous. Like seriously.
No, like I'm like, whoa, what's happening? What's going on here?
So nice. I know. And since I'm in Miami, I'm absolutely crashing this. Marlon and Carla, the private chef Elaine Lemire is cooking for you guys. She's a co-owner of Sensory Delights Catering, winner of the Grace Festival of South Florida, who will be cooking for you. She's also been featured on the Food Network as a contestant on Chopped and featured as a James Beard chef. So on behalf of WiTREAT, we extend a tremendous gratitude to all of the chefs. And we're so excited that they could, gift you guys this because we know how hard you work and how hard you work to make your marriages, stay popping and fresh and hot. So definitely want to make sure that, that we pamper you guys a little bit for being such an inspiration to other Caribbean.
Cheers to you guys so much.
Cheers, guys.
Rel, proper. All right, so listen, before we go, I want to thank each of you guys have been amazing. I definitely want to make sure that everyone that's on the live stays connected to you. So please just kind of do like a quick little recap. Let us know where we can be connected to you guys. And if you want to book your services, if you want to DM you for marriage advice, whatever. Stay connected with you, Marlon and Carla.
Well, listen, we just want to thank the WiTREAT family for putting the word treat into we for sure. And the Caribbean Network for really connecting us. It's just a real joy, with the pandemic and with us being separated from each other to be connected in this way. You can follow myself and Carla on social media. We're pretty transparent about who we are and what we're about. So Instagram is a good place to connect. Instagram Marlon Hill, Instagram MS Carla Hill. You can Google, visit me at the law firm. Just go to marlonhill.com and then Carla, you can also catch her on PBS sometimes, stealing money from your.
Or on a Zales commercial. Hey, Carla.
Yeah, but just connect with us, whether it's in business or personally. If you want to, if you're having issues as a couple as well, you want some inspiration and some advice during the hard times, give us a call.
Awesome. Kimmy and Dwayne.
Hey, we just want to, utter the same sentiments. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We love getting together with like-minded couples, and thank you for making us feel like we're normal, that we're not crazy.
Go open every call now.
Okay, Mr. Open.
Exactly.
You can find me at DwayneWatkins.com. That's my website. Or on Instagram, it's at Team DWP. My wife, her website is dragonflyexp.com, and Instagram is dragonfly_exp. Yeah, and you guys can reach out to us. Hopefully, we'll definitely remain in touch and just kind of help each other along the way of this marriage. And it was so awesome meeting you guys and sharing. And let's see if we can share more for the rest of the year.
Yes. Mike and Nicole.
You can find us on Instagram for the most part. Nicole is NICH at Brooklyn Sky, and together we're AUNTSET Uncles. So Aunts at Uncles. That's our space here in Brooklyn, New York. You can find us. We are truly honored that you guys considered us and putting us together with these wonderful people right here for the world. The word here, love on the screen, it means a lot right now because it's bigger than just Valentine's Day love. It's really everybody here does something that they truly love with the person they love. And now we get to meet each other and build, bonds and relations and networking. And this is powerful and beautiful, and a prime example for our Caribbean diaspora to the world. So honored, truly. Thank you.
Absolutely. Jay and Joanne.
Well, I'm Study with Joanne, so you can follow me on Instagram at Study with Joanne or my website, studywithjoanne.com. I do help with virtual learning in Dwayne. So anybody with children who's struggling with virtual learning or study skills in general, I help students get better grades. I also do a lot of workshops and keynotes on learning and wellness, healthy habit building, self-care, etc. And we all want to follow Soca Prince.
Yeah, on Instagram, Twitter, Soca Prince, on YouTube or twitch.tv. It's Dr. JTV, DRJAY. But yeah, honestly, WiTREAT, Vanessa James, and of course all the couples, thank you guys so much. This is not something that I'm really comfortable. I like to play music. I like to just, that's.
You like to say, aye.
That's my thing. So this was a little bit, to step outside of my personal element. And it was something that, when we read the whole thing from WiTREAT, and Joanne was like, what do you think? Would you be open to it? And I was just like, you know what, honestly, let me try it. This is so out of my element, and I know I ended up talking a lot, but I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, and I'm definitely following everybody because this energy, I just need to keep it in my life. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Feel the same.
I want to do it again next week. Let's have another Zoom live.
Let's toast to making sure that somewhere, sometime soon in a carnival, somewhere we could take a jump up on a drink together, please.
Yes.
Amen. Cheers.
Team Donkey Kong.
When we do episode 2 of this, that Kimmy and Dwayne are going to be like, hey guys, guess what? We're expecting.
Shop close.
That's for a whole other episode. It ain't happening.
My name is Vanessa James. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been so fabulous. Please make sure and follow WiTREAT. We are so excited that you guys could be a part of this. Don't forget to make sure and subscribe also to WiTREAT as they continue to really cultivate amazing content that bigs up and celebrates Caribbean couples, Caribbean culture, and of course, Caribbean love and business and entrepreneurship and all that good stuff. We'll follow them at we.treat and of course www.we www.caribbean-entrepreneurial.com. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. And of course, we want to make sure and shout out to all of our couples who had a chance to come on tonight and the amazing chefs who are donating.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And Marlon and Carla, just tell me what to bring up because I come in.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I am so proud because I am on time. And it is 9:25, and your girl finished off on time. Not Trinity time, real YouTube.
Real time.
I like it. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Cheers, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.